Well, England trimming of the squad has gone ahead to commence, and it commenced yesterday as we saw James Maddison, Curtis Jones, and very many others knifed off the squad of the Euros. That's going to be really going to the side of Germany. And guess what? Even right now, we've gone ahead to get him more knifed. That is Jack Grealish and Harry Maguire into the mix. And the story has been broken by the man himself called David Austin. He has said Jack Grealish, Harry Maguire not part of the final England squad for European Championship. Man City midfielder Jack Grealish came on versus Bosnia, but among those to miss out, Man United defender Harry Maguire has a calf injury, and there was no way Harry Maguire would obviously get hit to miss out onto this if at all. He really had no injury, but the calf injury has gone ahead obviously stop him obviously representing his country for the Euros. And then Jacobs Ben has said Harry Maguire and Jack Grealish have both failed to make England's final Euro squad, as per David Austin reported. James Maddison, Curtis Jones, Jarrell Quanch, and James Trafford also miss out. Gerard Braithwaite, the final name expected to be cut as per Matlow. So the squad for the Euros is just short. It's just short by one player to be obviously be caught off, right? And that player is expected to be Gerard Braithwaite. And if Gerard Braithwaite doesn't go, that means he has really failed himself, because if Harry Maguire is going to hit to be cut off, you really expect that England is going to be really having those players in the names of Gerard Braithwaite, because he's supposed to be the next in command in there for you. However young he is, but I believe in him. But I think the likes of Konsa, the likes of Mark Gehi, John Stones, who else is there? Who else is there for England in that central defense? Because I think they're going to take 4 central defenders into that team. Is it Levi Colville? Let me check here. England squad. England Euro squad. Players have gone here to be trimmed out, and guess what? It's really not looking good for those players that are going to be trimmed out, and those that have gone here to be trimmed out, they found themselves in a position of really putting out commiserations as far as they are being dropped was really concerned. So I'm just trying to scroll down and see the squad. Oh shit, and this is freezing. It's freezing. So the squad is going to hit to be knifed, but we all know that now we are having John Stones, right? There is this other guy apart from John Stones, there is this other guy called Gehi. After Gehi, there is I think Levi Colville is there. Levi Colville is there, I tell you. Levi Colville is there. Let me try to confirm here. I know Levi Colville. England squad. Where are you at? Levi Colville. England squad, where are you at? Alright. I would love obviously bring you something concrete, but I don't want to come here and really lie to you and really throw in So as it stands, England is left with the following defenders: Lewis Dunk, Joe Gomez, Mark Gehi, Eric Konsa, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kylian Trippier, and Kyle Walker. So in the central defense, they're having Lewis Dunk, Joe Gomez, Mark Gehi, Eric Konsa. You get? And then the fullbacks, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kylian Trippier, and Kyle Walker. That is the squad, or the back line of the side of, that is the back line of England. So all those have gone to be really trimmed off. Now in the midfield, they're having Trent Alexander-Arnold, Conor Gallagher, Kobe Mainoo, Declan Rice, and Adam Watson, who plays for Crystal Palace. Very amazing young guy that really went ahead to so destroy the team I support, that is Manchester United, in that 4-0 thriller that really happened at Crystal Palace in there for you. So those are the midfielders. The forwards: Jude Bellingham, Gerard Bowen, Ebelechi Eze, Phil Foden, Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, Kyle Palmer, Bukayo Saka, Ivan Toney, and Oli Watkins. Now, that is what has gonna hit to happen. And I'm so excited that I've been here talking about how good these players are. And when I talked about Jack Grealish, people say like, you just hate him, guys. Ebelechi Eze is the next big thing. You get? Gerard Bowen is going to hit to have an amazing season, and there is no way you drop him. The other player, Carl Palmer, Phil Foden, Oli Watkins, Ivan Toney, Harry Kane, Anthony Gordon, all those players have gone ahead, obviously put in a very exciting season, and that's why the likes of Marcus Rashford never even went ahead to make it to the squad. And for James Maddison, I think in that position, he still needs to put in a lot. I tell you, if he wants to be part of that side of England, he needs to put in a lot, because as we speak right now, the central attack midfielders for England are Jude Bellingham, because we all know that the double pivot is going to be having Declan Rice and Kobe Mainoo, and Jude Bellingham is going to be played as a number 10. You have to compete with Phil Foden, Carl Palmer, Ebelechi Eze, and none of those is coming close. He needs to obviously go ahead and be the rest and come up with a very exciting season for him to be considered to go onto the World Cup. And the problem he's having is that he's competing with players that are not injury prone. He might have gone ahead to set pace at the beginning of the season in the Premier League at Tottenham Hotspur, but his injury proneness has gone ahead to affect his career, and that's why he's really out of this. And I think him being an injury prone has gone ahead, obviously, play a very huge factor in the decision that Gareth Southgate and his side have gone ahead to make on whether to keep him or really knife him, because Ebelechi Eze is not an injury-prone player. Carl Palmer, you look at Jude Bellingham and very many others, and that's why they've gone ahead to consider him. Look at Phil Foden, multi-dimensional player. And by the way, all those forwards that they've gone ahead to name are really multi-dimensional, apart from, I think, one player, that is Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, and Oli Watkins. But when you talk about Jude Bellingham, Gerard Bowen, Anthony Gordon, Phil Foden, Carl Palmer, Ebelechi Eze, what is really coming about them is that they are all multi-dimensional players into the mix. Now, we've gone ahead to see these players putting out their messages after being dropped. Jack Grealish has said, devastated, doesn't quite cut it, trained well and worked hard all week, but if I'm honest with myself, my form for Spurs when coming back from injury in the second half of the season probably wasn't at the levels I had said, which gave Gary Southgate a decision to make. I still thought there would be a space for me in the 26-man squad, as I feel I bring something different and had been a mainstay in this whole qualifying campaign for the Euros 2024 in Germany, but the manager has made the decision and I have to respect that. I'll be back, I have no doubt, wishing the boys all the luck in the world out in Germany. Unbelievable group and lads that literally call some of my best friends. I genuinely hope football comes home. So that is it coming in through from Jack Grealish, and a lot has gone ahead obviously be put out. Sorry, this is James Maddison. Now, Harry Maguire has gone ahead obviously say that I'm devastated not to have been selected to play for England the Euros this summer. Despite my best efforts, I have not been able to overcome an injury to my calf. Maybe I pushed myself too hard to try and make it. Simply, I'm absolutely gutted. For me, representing England is the highest honor. It means everything to me. If I can't help the team as a player, I'll support them as a fan, along with the rest of the country. Go and win it, boys. Next, I'll return to the supervision of Man United medical team in order to prepare for next season. That is Harry Maguire for you. And I think you've gone ahead to see it that I got it spot on onto the guy called Jack Grealish. At the start of the season, he was really flawless. He was impeccable, and you thought that he's the guy that obviously had to do the needful. But guess what? He found himself really not really living up to the expectations, and he was really dropped. Curtis Jones has also gone ahead to be put out, and there is something exciting that you need to know. in this England squad that is going to obviously it has going to hit obviously catch my sight in there, and it's these 4 players coming in from Crystal Palace. Jacob's Ben has going to hit to be spot on, and he said Eberechi Eze, Mark Gehi, Dean Anderson. Crystal Palace have a club high 4 players going to the Euros with England. Palace players, including Lionese, have only ever won a collective 66 caps for England, with Gehi accounting for 66. Now, when you look at these players, you really get amazed on how they've gone ahead to make it in there for you. And out of the 4, I think 2 are going to leave the side. They're going to leave the side of Crystal Palace. I think it's high time. Eberechi Eze left and Mark Gehi really left. He's being linked to Manchester United, Arsenal, and the side of Liverpool. So this is Eze and Gehi. I see these 2 will be leaving, and this one is going to stay. But this youngster, is it Worthington? I love him. And for the few games he played, he has going to hit obviously amaze the manager, and the manager is going to hit obviously get back to the basics of the team of England. They started to build with Dan Ashworth that went into the World Cup of 2018, and they took their only youngsters into the mix. So that's what I had for you. Your thoughts onto Jack Grealish, Maddison, Harry Maguire knifed of the Euro squad are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Second video of the day. In an hour from now, I'm going to be dropping a story coming in through from Bruno Guimaraes, obviously dropping his hint on his future down in Brazil. It's really another one that is coming in through. It looks like they're going to hit obviously come up and obviously try to put them at once, because even Alexander Isak has gone ahead obviously speak out on his transfer to Arsenal, and then Bruno Guimaraes has also broken silence onto his move. May the living to God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. Tomorrow is Juma Kareem. See you in the mosques.